when you love. You're right. Bitch, what's up when you love? You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the girl. What's up when you love? You're right. Dad, what's up when you love? You're right. Bitch, what's up when you love? You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the Hello and welcome to the War Report. I am your host, Cyrus, joined by Quan. I have to turn my fan off real quick. And this is the show where we talk about NXT and AEW. We have a very wide array of news going on in the wrestling world to talk about. But Quan, how are you feeling?
I'm afraid to talk about anything that happens in wrestling because I feel like as soon as we release the podcast, a whole bunch of other stuff is going to make the podcast irrelevant immediately.
That is just the nature of the business. We're just gonna comment on what we got going on at this current point in time, and hopefully, well, a lot of shit's coming out regardless. Like soon as the shit hit up Friday, soon as we wake up tomorrow. Or in the next 2 hours.
I'm about to say it might be in an hour by now. We might find some really shocking news.
Yeah. Literally, after we stopped recording last week, we went into the chat and everything that we're going to talk about now came out.
all hell broke loose immediately. It was pretty impressive.
The Fightful report talking about like the improvised Hangman Page line. Why the title match, or nobody knew or really couldn't understand why the title match was changed to next Wednesday. But now suddenly we know everything. Suddenly we have a pure concrete reason on why shit is going on. But how are you feeling? How's everything?
How am I feeling? I feel, you know what? I feel good, man. Everything's going pretty good out here. Work was slow today. Nice and easy day. It hasn't been like that for a long time, so that's always nice. My job, they got a new system. And, like my jobs are pretty it's a state job. I'll leave it at that. But like they changed the whole system, and let me tell you, it has been a mess. Absolute mess. It's just nonstop work. So it's finally starting to slow down. It's been a couple months into the new system. So I'm like, thank God. I think we can finally, I don't have to be on my toes so much at work. Easy. Jesus Christ.
I personally, you said that you feel good. And you know what? That bothers me. I feel like Twitter hasn't done enough.
What do you mean?
If you follow Quan on any of his accounts, you will know that Twitter has been putting the beats on him. But unfortunately, not putting the beats on well enough.
No, I'll tell you that I will never, ever in my life let Twitter hamper my real life mood. I could care less.
Oh, I wish I was you. I see some bullshit and I'm just like, man, people really think like this. That is fucking insane. I'm unfortunately Twitter will dictate my mood, and I just have to log the fuck off.
This young lady just called our podcast trash like an hour ago because of a tweet I said about the AEW women's division. So that's always the go-to is that like, oh, your podcast sucks. I'm like, yo, I don't know. Hey man,
it don't bother me.
It don't bother me.
But that is it. Let's get into a lot of the fucking news that we have going on.
Get in these trenches, man.
There is so much that we have to do in these trenches, man. So just a lot of the stuff that is coming on from last week and all the damage control that Fightful tried to do earlier today. And I find it so hilarious that they waited till Wednesday to do all this, as if Monday and Tuesday didn't exist. Like you really could have got a lot of this shit out a lot earlier. And then they just didn't. It seems like they waited a whole week to try to get their, trying to get their story straight. So let's start. So with the Hangman Page line, we found out that there was absolutely no way Hangman wasn't really scheduled to really be doing anything. at that show. So Punk fired that line off, knowing that Hangman music was not queued up and he was not in Gorilla ready for the smoke.
You know what makes
Cowardly.
that funnier? You know that makes that funny. You know what makes it funnier too? I'm assuming if the reason, all the stuff happened tonight is because Punk is hurt. Punk said that while he was hurt, which makes it even funnier to me because obviously Punk wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway if some shit really went down.
He talked all that shit to only still be injured. And you know what? He is not the only person still injured talking a whole lot of mess over at AEW. So there's that. People had no idea about that line going on there. If you listen to the A show, man, you get a real nice discussion about the whole matter. But it's basically, Punk has created a divide within the AEW locker room.
It feels like it.
I know, Justin said it best, is that like a lot of these people, that are in that AEW locker room, they know Punk, death before dishonor, the wrestler, like the person that they always seen on screen, idolize, all that, the person that, that kind of turned the E upside down, had amazing matches and all that stuff. And then, they had to like meet their hero. And they saw what the reality was like. And I'm seeing a lot of rumors saying like this all came from the Colt Cabana thing, where Punk comes in and then Cabana kind of gets shafted, and Cabana, who's been there for quite some time already, has already mustered up relationships with a lot of folks, I feel. And then whatever bad, the bad blood that they already had spilt over to the locker room, and now they kind of just see that Brett kind of a snake.
Hey, look, man,
I believe in magic, man.
Look, man, I'm gonna say it like this: Punk's a dickhead, bro. Everybody's been saying it for the last 15 years. This guy is a douchebag. He like. I don't know. It's very interesting that people keep saying it and then people still don't want to believe it. You know what I mean? About the kind of guy Punk seems to be. Like I said, I don't know this person personally. I never met him, but I'm just saying from everything we've heard, anecdotes and stories for the last decade or so, it's just like you could tell, like maybe he's the problem. I feel like every time there's some drama around with Punk and this and that, it's always everybody else's problem. At some point, we have to acknowledge that maybe this guy is the problem. With I don't remember there much of a story of this kind of divide in between the locker room. Besides the what was it, the EVPs kind of having
the Cody stuff,
kind of having their little stuff. But besides that, from what we've heard, at least from what we've been told, the backstage area in AEW has been pretty much hugs and kisses all around. But for some reason, too, the Punk comes in there, all this stuff starts coming out. It just seems really interesting how that just seems to happen.
Yeah. And then Hangman Page kind of just being, this also came out as well. Hangman Page sort of just being like, Punk is injured, maybe he should come off that belt. So, this could create some opportunities, because we see a lot of folks like Wardlow kind of get shafted due to, Punk's absence. And now, they didn't want to commit to anything. Wardlow didn't want to be an interim champion.
Well, started on that, man.
Still a stupid promo and made him look god fucking awful. And he's definitely not better off for making that decision. So bad shit, man. Really bad stuff going on right there.
I got a question. As far as like Hangman, he wasn't on the show this week. So like, how does I feel like he still didn't get to redeem himself after what happened last week. Do you think maybe he might be in the doghouse, or what's going on?
I feel like oh, go ahead, man.
No, I'm saying I just feel like I think Justin said it on the podcast, or you might said it on Discord. Like I agree with them. Like I feel like whatever's gonna happen, Tony's gonna side with Punk. I mean, that's his guy. That was always his guy. That was always the goal, to get Punk to come to AEW. So I don't think he wants to piss him off any more than he already might be pissed off, because there were also rumors of that he was, threatening to leave the company at some point, or people close to him thought he might leave or just not show up.
That is a pussy motherfucker right there. Hangman Page says, "Hey man, I think that maybe we can just have some more opportunities." He's just like, hey, hold on, I don't like that, man. But as far as Hangman not redeeming himself, shit, I don't really care. I think this is kind of like bigger than just Hangman Page now. Like, is Hangman Page gonna get his lick back? I don't really care. I feel like he has a lot more shit to worry about, like being an active competitor. Period.
well, he's number 2 on the ranking somehow, so he must be doing something that we don't know about.
You tell me, Mister. I watched Dark and Elevation.
First of all, I haven't watched Dark and Elevation in like 6 months. I'm tired of that narrative too. I haven't been stopped watching.
But what about the spreadsheet, brother?
Yeah, I can tell you the spreadsheet. He ain't wrestled in a minute. I don't record dark matches on the spreadsheet. By the way, you should know that. Come on now.
Oh Lord. Yeah, man. Hangman Page not getting his lick back. I think I certainly, after what we saw tonight, Hangman Page should certainly laugh about what he saw. But yeah, as far as like the creation and the divide that is in the locker room right now, Page not getting his like little promo or like his little work shoot shit is probably due to the all hands on deck meeting that happened earlier today. Tony Khan calls for a meeting for all the talent on AEW. Just scratch that. Not all the talent, only the talent that fucking matters, apparently, because it wasn't an all-staff meeting.
Was it? I thought it was everybody.
No, Novak put into the chat that on the Fightful report that some people were actually excluded from it. So like, it basically it was just like, hey man, if you ain't got no beef with nobody, don't come.
It's like an after school special where the gangs come together.
Yeah. So surely you got the Elite in there. You probably got Punk, FTR in there. Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker in there. Who else got beef? I wouldn't even know, bro. Maybe there's some shit on Dark that people, that got some people upset. But just kind of to like smooth things over. And then also, did you see the Tony Schiavone? What was that?
Oh, I would say which we said they need to all sit them all down and have a conversation and get shit out of the way.
Oh no, I didn't say that. I said they need to have a fist fight. They need to fight that bitch out.
Well, I was being more mature as an adult. I think they all have a sit down and get to the bottom of each other's problems. But yeah, man, the meeting itself, I'm sure it was a lot of whole corporate mumbo jumbo, rah kind of rally the troops together. But like you said, the Tony Schiavone stuff where he was like, "Hey, this shit's overblown."
Yeah, look, or whatever reports you see, it's not really that bad, guys. Come on.
I look, man, I know like we got to keep in mind what Tony Schiavone's new position is now in the company. He basically like talent relations / PR. So we got to take what he says with a grain of salt. Obviously, he's not going to, bury the company or whatever. But
I was never, even if Tony Schiavone didn't get that promotion a few weeks ago, I would have never taken his word for it. Because what the fuck do you know, really? You hang out with Britt Baker, like you're obviously biased in some shape or fashion. Yeah. So all hands on deck meeting, kind of just calling this an all hands on deck meeting is hilarious when all hands weren't on deck. But yeah, kind of just telling people to just cut it out. And we were privy to something, but I don't know if I can actually say it in chat. I probably or I don't know if I can say it on a public forum, but hopefully that meeting went well. Because from what we saw on this show, I can see that a lot of it did not go too well. For whatever that meeting was supposed to be.
Yeah, what we're trying to accomplish. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Something
then,
is off. This show felt like it kind of feels like they wrote it. They like literally just wrote it maybe an hour before the show started. It seems like it was a
it
lot of shit was
feels
just
like,
going on.
yeah, it feels like whatever was whatever spilled over from that meeting, from that all hands on deck, absolutely spilled into the show. And then the stuff that kind of just, or like anything, like, fuck it, we're gonna talk about the show anyway. I don't know why I'm acting like this is a spoiler, but like the CM Punk and John Moxley stuff definitely a spillage or spillover from the meeting. The Thunder Rosa thing, her being injured, is absolutely something that is spill over from the thing.
It feels a little sketchy.
Yeah, and then also the Britt Baker thing as well. The little whole the match where she decided to just bury Thunder Rosa right after, which is crazy. Why would you let her do that? Those two things are absolutely spillover from that meeting, or what's been on the rage in the news today. And I felt like that hurt the show. Even with the terrible production and formatting of the show, that hurt the show a lot, because everything that everything that wasn't in the news felt like a sideshow.
Yeah,
it didn't really matter. Like, I don't like personally, I didn't care anyway. But like, the Danielson Garcia stuff doesn't really matter. What is it? I'm glad that they changed the match, but FTR, Wardlow, Jay Lethal, and
thank the Lord.
Like, yeah, that's great that match changed, but like obviously that match didn't matter before. It doesn't matter now. But like, and then like the main event and shit like that, like, I don't know. I just felt like a lot of things didn't really matter if it wasn't in the grand scheme of, these things that took up the news cycle this whole week. And I think that is, kind of a problem that you have when you're this close to the media and, use them this much. Like,
yeah, you don't want this. I know the trope right now is to compare it to WCW, but this is the kind of shit that kind of fucked up WCW, where the backstage politics became more important than the product that was on the TV show. You don't want that to happen. It's not gonna hit the way you think it is. That's why, we've said it before, but those work shoot promos they do like to do a lot, you got to be careful. You can't keep doing those. People are gonna get their feelings hurt, or some shit's gonna come out that you didn't want to come out. It's gonna become a mess. You have to be really careful with the work shoot promos. And I think a lot of the workers, especially with someone like Britt Baker, who relies heavily on it to the point where she's burying her opponents, is not helping the show get it.
Honestly, that's all she can do. That's all she got. Yeah,
that's kind of her shtick at this point. And and then there was MJF before that. But even MJF to a degree was like he was still kind of keeping in character without going too far behind the scenes outside of what was the pay-per-view? Double or Nothing weekend. But yeah, man, it just this AEW is in a very interesting spot right now. I know they're trying to play it off like they're not kind of chaotic back there, but like just from someone who's watched a lot of wrestling in his lifetime, it feels pretty chaotic over there. Just from watching the program, I can tell this looks pretty chaotic. There's more to it than we know yet, and I can't wait to hear about it. In a couple of years when someone finally does a shoot interview with Renee or something.
Motherfucker, we might get that interview next week.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Somebody gonna go to Meltzer.
Yeah, but before I'm gonna rapid fire through these next like three big the big topics that kind of came over or like spill over throughout the meeting, or like FIFO reports. Can you have the NXT release list up?
Got it, baby. Already got it.
If there's actually an official one. So last week they said they had no idea that that the little unification thing was going to happen the following week, and they said that it was John Moxley's idea, and then later on that CM Punk agreed to it. I call cap already.
What do you think?
I think that's some bullshit. Moxley, like, did being called interim champion really eat that way at Moxley that he was just like, no, we gotta get through this bitch now? Like a week before the big pay-per-view?
That's what's really throwing me off. This whole is like, if Punk was injured, did they rush him back just to get the interim name off of Jon Moxley because they know he's not coming back anytime soon? Or did he come back because he thought he was good to go and then realized, oh, I'm not good to go?
Oh, definitely the first one. Absolutely the first one.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm just like, why even do this? In like every time AEW does an interim, like it's some stupid bullshit every time. So
Yeah.
once again, they did it again, and it was stupid once again. AEW just never, to me,
Yeah,
don't make smart decisions.
this could have been avoided. They just relinquished the belt in the first place instead of doing the interim championship.
Like how much harm does CM Punk just relinquishing the title, coming back when he's healthy, and then
back.
fighting for the championship again?
Yeah.
And I said, and I said this a month ago. People were just like, oh man, is Punk really needed on these shows? Is Omega like, AEW as at like kind of like half mast or whatever? And it's just like, AEW doesn't need to be at half mast. If Jon Moxley was just in championship programs, that fucking mattered.
Yeah, it wasn't just doing random matches.
If you just had story to it, you wouldn't need to rush Punk back. You wouldn't need to rush Omega back.
I agree.
I'm like, it's super simple shit. And then they were at, full power last week and they still didn't get $1 million. The show still sucked. So what the fuck is this shit?
Did I hate last week? I don't think I hated last week. Did I? This week is different. This week, I can't even vouch for the show this week. But we'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, man, the whole thing it's very strange. And the worst part about this, I figured at least we'll know Moxley's opponent for All Out by the end of the night. And we got nothing. Moxley is matchless. The pay-per-view is a week away, and we have no world title match. Insane.
Hey, man. I'm watching Worlds Collide.
There are different times. You can watch both shows.
I'm watching Worlds Collide. You know what I mean?
You can watch both shows that day.
I'm watching Worlds Collide. I'm watching Worlds Collide. That's all I have to say about that. A very funny report. I took a nap and then this came out and I woke up like dying laughing. AEW sends an email to Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon saying not to tamper with his talent.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. I feel him. I feel Tony Khan on that one. Leave my people alone, man. I'm not even mad at that one. That's fine. That is funny though.
What are you worried about? Is people leaving?
Nah, don't be talking about people.
Well, why you got to send that if you're not confident in your peoples?
Y'all the ops. You want all right.
He not confident in his peoples?
Think about this. If another nigga was DMing your shorty over and over, you ain't gonna tell that nigga to calm down a little bit?
If he a lame, I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Okay. All right. Nah, okay. I'm with you.
If Tony Khan's people are solid and then he as good as the boss as motherfuckers think he is, then what are you worried about? WWE shit. What are you worried about?
You know what? You're right. I'm not even. You know what? You're absolutely right. What are you worried about?
If you treating your talent so well, I'm telling you, this nigga cannot coast off being I'm not Vince McMahon no more.
He sure can't.
Now.
He sure can't.
She hot now. That report that came out 3 weeks ago that people were optimistic about attempting to go to WWE now that management changed. I know that shit hurt. That shit hurted. Yeah. That shit hurt. Comedy, yo. I find it funny is that like I feel like this was only reported because they probably didn't even know that they got that email. And now it's out to the public, so they could probably check for it.
Yeah.
That shit in the spam folder, bitch. Come on, man. Nigga, emailing them directly.
I still want to
We
know.
going to the next media call laughing, man.
I want to know snitch. That's what I want to know.
No, probably like FTR or some shit, honestly.
You think it was FTR?
Yeah, definitely.
Shit, the way they be getting treated, I wouldn't be surprised they want to leave.
Okay. The less said about FTR, the better. Also, don't temper with my talent, or what? Literally, or what?
They gonna sue.
Oh man! All right, I'm off that. Right, and then the final thing here. Everything with Rich and Wade talking about the problems in the AEW locker room. There's a clear side to take here, Hangman side, or anybody that's not Punk side. Hopefully Tony Khan could rein it in. He ain't, and then we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future. 44 minutes in to this podcast, he says that the AEW women's locker room is a mess, way worse than it seems on social media. And there's an incident that nobody knows yet that will happen. And I feel like the Thunder Rosa injury thing is probably whatever came of that. I've heard, we have heard other things. Privy to a lot of stuff. I just don't know what I can say and what I cannot. But maybe, just fucking fight, yo. Just fight.
Just let us scrap
Thunder
it out.
Rosa, Britt Baker, if y'all hear this right now, just throw hands, bro. What is the worst that's gonna happen?
Britt Baker breaks her hand and then she can't do her job no more, her dentistry job. Look, I'm gonna say
she did her whole title reign with a broken freaking wrist. Come on now.
You ever remember in Making the Band where Fred and Ness was fighting and you hear Babs in the background like, let him fight. I need Tony Khan in there. Let him fight.
This is the real wrestling, the real professional wrestling shit. Handle that shit like professional wrestlers. Duke it out.
They ain't gonna fight, man. They ain't fighting. I know Britt Baker's in real life. I know Britt Baker's in real life. They ain't about that action like that. They ain't for real.
Come on, man. What about Thunder Rosa? Rosa not like that either?
I don't know about Rosa. Is she MMA? She might got hands. She might got hands.
Use them then, nigga. You got hands and you got hands, quote unquote. You sent Cara with the shits, and then you letting the goddamn dentist barring you up week to week,
MMA record.
month to month. Come on, man.
Hold on.
Please yo, she has a losing record. Please, let's move on.
She's 0-1. Unanimous decision.
Okay. But no, man, just fight. Anybody that got Colt Cabana and Punk, just fight. Fuck it. Well, what is stopping you showing up to the arena and then beating that nigga ass?
A lawsuit. I think it's legal with that. That one they got legal ramifications. You feel me?
Come on, man. Just Nancy Kerrigan, man. What is it? Who the fuck know what Princeton Vance really looked like, yo? Just put the hoodie on.
We've seen Preston.
Do your thing, man.
And then you know what he looks like. Hey, can we
I
talk
have
about
no
NXT,
idea I don't know what he talks about. I don't know what he looks like, but that's all I got. All right. Let's move on. Spent way too much time on that. The death of NXT UK with the birth of NXT Europe. And apparently the NXT so two things about this is that I believe Brexit might be involved with this shit. Like, what is it? The
Yeah,
UK's, separating or whatever the fuck Brexit really is. So, hey man, sure, that's whatever. And then BT Sports, you know, going putting soccer first,
as they should.
and yeah, as they absolutely should. So I'm sure they're just doing UK. I mean, doing Europe so they can just perform in other places. So it is what it is.
It's funny. I that's my kind of my little guilty pleasure of the week is watch NXT UK every Thursday. So it's a little sad that it's gonna end like this, especially with like no kind of fanfare. Like the last taping's already happening, so like the last episode of NXT UK is gonna be a regular old episode of NXT where we know the finish, which is Tyler Bate winning the championship. So it's kind of interesting how that's just gonna go. But as far as NXT Europe, I think that this rebrand or whatever they're gonna do is definitely needed. NXT UK kind of become a butt of a joke, often called a money laundering scheme on Twitter. I've seen that joke a gajillion times, but I mean, I don't know the numbers they were doing on the network, but I'm sure they weren't that great to begin with. The pandemic really kind of ruined any kind of momentum NXT UK had, and so I think this rebrand is probably for the better. A lot of the guys got let go. The ones who haven't been let go or seem like they're in the States at this point, including Mako Satomura, which was really surprising to me. I didn't think she'd end up in not Jacksonville and Orlando. But names that were released were let's play a game. I want to know if you know who these people are when I name them. All right.
Making me look like a bad guy.
First things first. Flash Morgan Webster. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, of course. I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I believe he said that he wasn't going to re-sign because he got injured like a while ago. So
he's been hurt for a minute now. He has been hurt for a minute.
Yeah.
Wild Boar.
Is that one of the Primate niggas?
He was partnered with Primate at one point, yes.
I honestly I have not seen a match between these guys, but I know they exist.
Primate and Wild Boar were a tag team for a while, and then Wild Boar got hurt. And he was out for like a year. And he just came back a few months ago, and he was teaming with Mark Andrews.
Not Primate.
No, because they like turned on him, and then they made a whole new team. Eddie Dennis, Primate, and Tyson Tebow and all made it.
The less said, the better.
All right. Jack Stars.
Absolutely no idea.
Jack Stars was a jobber, and he ended up being like a tag team partner with Mastiff for a while. He's actually pretty good. I actually like Jack Stars. One of my favorite NXT UK talents, Mark Andrews. I'm assuming you know Mark Andrews, right? Okay, of course. Who I thought was going to be the next Trish Stratus or close to it, Amale, the French Hope.
I'm familiar.
Great Instagram. Amelia McKenzie.
I'm heard about this one. Well, it's kind of whatever. I felt like they could have kept her. Honestly, in my opinion, I felt like they could have kept her, but I mean, it is what it is.
I have a strong feeling a lot of people who got released probably just didn't want to go to the States.
That's their business.
That's what I think. Yeah, it's fine. I also think a lot of these people might be back come, whenever NXT Europe opens up.
Hey man, just like getting could possibly open up a different contract situation once NXT Europe picks up off the ground, and then also you'll just be doing the indies again, but the
UK indie that everyone was saying is dead and all that stuff. Well, here you go. Now you got a bunch of guys that work.
Yeah.
Christy Bosley, who was a ring announcer, so I'm not gonna count her. Dave Mastiff.
British Otis.
Yes. British Otis. Ashton Smith, which was surprising. I was surprised by this one.
That was one of the dudes, one of the black dudes, right? That was tag team champion.
He was the one who got
injured.
Ashton got hurt.
Fuck, that sucks.
Surprisingly, Oliver Carter didn't get released, so I guess they got big plans for him.
Shit, him and Wesley could be pals.
Hey,
making me something right
now. Shaw Samuels, who I think is hilarious. Do you know who Shaw Samuels is?
Was he the conspiracy theory dude? God, the few times I actually watched NXT UK. Man.
He
I
might
don't
have
know
been a
who he
conspiracy
is,
theory.
man. I don't know. I don't know who he is, man.
Well, first of all, his first ever match at NXT UK might be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. He comes in with the name, and then halfway through the match, he's like, "Fuck this. That's not my name. My name is Shaw Samuels." Middle of the match. I don't know why this all happened. I don't know why they call him Shaw Samuels when he came out. It was fucking hilarious. But he was like a bookie, and he was like the manager for Noam Dar. He also wrestled every once in a while too. But
Okay.
he had a bookie gimmick. Nina Samuels,
I'm familiar.
Sam Gradwell.
I'm familiar. I hate his look.
He cut the mohawk off, so he was just bald.
Yeah, he looked worse.
Danny Luna.
I'm familiar. I was when I saw her first couple matches, I was actually very impressed with what I saw. So I think it's a shame.
Yeah, subculture. Primate.
Yeah. Is it the same as WCPW's Primate, or is that somebody else?
I'm assuming it's the same Primate. Yes.
Okay. Yo, when he retired on the Indies, it was because he was beat the fuck up. So I was very surprised to hear that he was on NXT UK.
Rohan
Never seen a
Raja.
match.
Who, Rohan
Is
Raja?
that the fake Del Tasma dude?
He's a part of De Familia,
That-
whatever the fuck is their name.
Yeah, that weak ass groupie on light.
Kenny Williams. I like Kenny Williams.
I think I feel like I know.
He was Amir Jordan's tag team partner. Then he turned on him and he became heel. And he was like the cockroach
Stop right
of
there.
NXT.
Stop right there.
Why?
Speaking of, who the fuck you're talking about?
Speaking of, Amir Jordan also released.
I have no idea who that is.
Sid Scala.
Is that like the announcer?
He was the co-GM with Johnny Saint. When Johnny Saint didn't want to show up on TV, it was Sid Scala.
They'll send his Yeah, you're not needed, buddy. Get out of here.
About 95 years old. Say your ass home. Eddie Dennis.
I know who he is. I don't have any matches in the memory bank.
I mean, he had a really long match against Joe Coffey at a takeover at one point. Mad long for no reason. T-Bone. Tyson T-Bone.
Stop right there. Move on.
Tio Man.
Who?
Tio Man. He was in De Familia.
Maybe there was a bunch of lame niggas. I just didn't take your word for it.
Niggas is boring. Zaya Brookside.
Hey, man. Nothing of value was lost.
Saxon Huxley.
I have no idea who that is.
He had like the wild man gimmick. He'd been with UK from the start.
What is that? Wait, why? What does that mean?
Like he just ran around the ropes like Ultimate Warrior and did all kinds of wild. He had crazy hair.
Oh, okay, he's lame.
And the most surprising out of all the names, Trent Seven. That one threw me off. Only because he just had that big heel turn push and he was like the number one heel in UK. And then he just kind of
we seen a lot of puzzling shit while people got released.
Yeah.
I like Trent Seven. I think he's cool. Could they've done something else with him? Yeah, probably. But it is what it is.
And that's it. That's all the releases. Everybody else seems to be in the States who didn't get released.
I am very, 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 very curious of how they're going to fill these roster spots.
Come what, January, whenever this new situation comes. I think a lot of
you're not replacing this talent.
I think a lot of these guys are going to come back. I really do. On different contracts or whatever. I think a good amount of them will come back. I mean, a lot of these guys I named, even though we don't know who they are, they're pretty good workers. I also think they might.
I mean, what the fuck does that mean?
I'm just saying they're good workers. You need those on the roster as well as, young people as well. Because I don't know how they're going to treat this. Is NXT Europe going to be like developmental, or is it going to be like a show in Europe? Like, I don't know how they're going to treat this whole situation.
Probably a show still. They can just go outside of the UK. I feel like they might replace them with people from other parts of Europe.
That's what I'm gonna say. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of NXT UK was a lot of guys that weren't from the UK. I mean, we had Dragunov not from the UK. Walter wasn't the UK. Rhea wasn't from the UK. Mako.
Those are the best. That is the best nigga they got. Everybody that wasn't part of the UK. Everybody that wasn't part of the UK was some of the best niggas they got.
So I mean, it would never really NXT UK strictly to begin with. I mean, there's a lot of guys from different countries on there. I don't really know what's in the UK. Who's in the UK? Is it England? Christ. Is England, Wales? I should know these things. I know nothing about you.
You need me to cut. You need me to cut this part out, man.
No, I'm looking up right now. What countries are in the UK? It's right there. It's like literally the second thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. What countries make up the UK? There's 5 countries. There is Great Britain, Northern Ireland. Hold on. It doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah, it don't.
It don't matter. Y'all get it. Shout out to our UK listeners, any of them listening. No. Ireland. What? Don't do that. Don't do that. I found it. All right. It's England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland.
I mean, dog. I barely watch NXT UK. You think I'm gonna care about NXT like in Europe right now? I'll probably watch, the big shows whenever the hell Ilya Dragunov has a big match, and that's it. I kind of just don't want to when are they even? You said January is when they're like planning to reboot.
I saw something. I saw early 2023. That's what I heard. I don't know where I saw that from. Don't quote me on that, but I believe I saw something that said like January or early 2023. So,
all right,
we'll see.
Whatever. Off that. AEW had a showcase to show off their game. This is due to, I believe, it is Gamescom's week. So we had a journalist. I didn't know his name. I didn't have the sound on.
Me either. I was working
for most of it. Yeah, exactly. And they had Colt Cabana and Evil Uno talking about the game. And when I did have the sound on, it was a lot of, I don't know, we'll see. Why didn't they have anybody that knows what the fuck is going on with the game to talk about this game? Have they not played the game at all?
I wonder how developed the game is. I saw when they showed
terrible.
I saw when they showed the first gameplay footage, they were like put out a whole disclaimer like, hey, this isn't the finished product yet. Like we're still developing this. So I don't know exactly like how this is all gonna work. From what I did see, I think that it definitely, I know some people say like it's like a love letter to No Mercy. It definitely looks like the Aki system. It looks like they even do the blocking where the guy puffs his chest out like to do the block. They even have which I think it doesn't look as good on the next generation kind of game because it just looks kind of weird. It worked on N64. It didn't seem like it works on these kind of generations of systems.
And that is definitely the story of this whole thing, where they have a whole bunch of Nintendo 64 shit in this new era, and everybody's just like, ooh, yes. Nigga, no.
I mean, I love No Mercy. I understand. I understand people's excitement about No Mercy.
Would you prefer an updated No Mercy or just N64 No Mercy?
I wouldn't mind an update No Mercy, but you have to be. It's hard to explain. I don't know.
It's not. Having No Mercy. But hold on. Having No Mercy with a lot of the quality of life that comes with games today, just to me, is the bare minimum you could fucking do.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
That is which it. You're not doing that.
Which I would.
And you're charging this at full price.
That's where I'm gonna go. That's where I was gonna go. Regardless of all this, from what I've seen so far, mind you, this isn't the finished product, so I'll give them I'll give them time. But from what I've seen so far, this doesn't justify the price they're trying to charge us. For this game, this is not a $60, $70 game. I'm gonna say that right now.
Quan, you keep saying as because it's an alpha or whatever, but literally, what can change this around in this current state of development?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about video game development.
You don't get full entrances,
which is crazy. That's crazy. What? That one threw me off. I was like, come on, man.
The game looks like shit, animation wise, which is probably something that they could fix in a
I'm not gonna go too hard on the.
It looks like shit, yo.
Yeah, I don't mind the graphics or whatever. If they want to look that way, they can let it look that way. The animations, I'm a little concerned about, but like I said, it's still alpha, so we can we'll give it time. I'm gonna give it a little time. But
You're paying for half a wrestling sim and mad mini games.
hey, a sim, that's a full on arcade game over there. It's not no sim. That ain't no like, you know what I mean? But I
The
mean,
half a sim.
but yeah, the stuff I saw didn't really impress me too much. But hey, if I catch it on sale for $20, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm not saying I'm a
That'd
tough
be fun.
critic when it comes to video games, but give me at least a bare minimum. I am not. No, no. This game look like to me. I can have just as much fun. I don't, people don't care about graphics. Well, I don't really care about 2K's graphics that much, but the game is fucking fun. A lot more fucking fun than that other shit. And it's pretty fucking fun.
But I mean, what if this game's fun?
Do it look fun?
It could be. If it plays exactly like No Mercy,
What is you? How many hours you about to
fun.
put into Karashita Home Run Derby?
Might be fun. Hey, some games it might be fun, bro. I don't know how many hours I'm gonna put into it, but it might give me a couple hours. Like I said,
how many Mario Party ass video game or mini games gonna have you turn? Like, come on, man, this is a joke. Honestly, if you enjoy it, that's cool. That's whatever. But please stop acting like this shit really better than 2K22 because it's absolutely fucking not. And if it was, they probably would have put it out already.
They can't put that. Whatever this is, they can't put that out yet. I'll tell you that much.
When the 2K22 was, the clown of the town, I'm pretty sure they was flexing their muscles like shit. They're just like, yeah, we really about to turn up in this motherfucker. As soon as 2K22 came out, crickets. And you're saying that, if it's on sale, you'll pick it up. I got WWE Battleground for free, and I ain't never booted it up.
Me too. You know what? Me too. I never played it. I downloaded it and never.
I got it for free. I got that game for free $99. Shout out to Justin. I ain't never booted it up.
You ain't lying. Hey, some people like different stuff. I know some people are excited for a No Mercy style remake. As a player, as somebody, let me preface this. I've played. I don't. If it's a close race between Madden 2004 or No Mercy as the most hours I've ever put into any kind of video game ever. I played a lot of No Mercy in my lifetime. So like I said, that's intriguing, but
I think I honestly
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
If you want your No Mercy remake, that's perfectly good and fine. Like honestly, like I really don't care what you like prefer to play or not. But that game being more than $40 is absolutely insane to me.
I'm gonna need a little more content.
It absolutely insane. Moving on, the war.
It's back on.
The war and war report is back, baby.
We're back, baby.
October 18th, AEW and NXT will be going head to head once again. I'm watching NXT.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely watching.
I'm not, yo.
I think they might go
That
up.
is going to be the NXT. That is the NXT only show.
Hey, I wouldn't be shocked if they pull somebody from the main roster for that episode. Who they doing? Who they picking? If they put Roman on there, just to flex on.
Oh, come the fuck on, son. They're not doing
the
that
bloodline.
shit.
They've been the bloodline down there.
The Usos being down there is definitely a possibility.
No, I don't think Roman's going down there. Roman ain't working an extra day.
Roman is not going down there. You're insane. The Usos probably pulling up.
Usos will pull up.
Is definitely a very large possibility. If not them, probably a New Day. Actually, no, I'm not too high on New Day right now. I don't need y'all right now.
It had to be like Bobby. It had to be somebody who got a little clout right now. You know what I mean? Someone who got a little buzz.
Bobby, do not put Bobby on NXT.
Why not? Just a little match.
That nigga is too big. That nigga is too big to be on NXT, bro. Do not put Bobby on there. Dog, can you imagine Bobby standing next to Carmelo Hayes, bro? Do not do it.
Double the size of that man.
Don't
Or
do it.
I'm just trying to think. I feel like they're gonna send somebody down there for the episode. Just just to put a little pressure on AEW. Oh, I can't wait. And you already know. You already know if AEW wins the demo that week, is Tony Khan gonna be insufferable. Oh, he's gonna be insufferable. If he wins the demo that week, oh boy.
He gonna what is it? He might
we won the
what
Women
is it?
at Wars.
We won the demo, and then like viewership, total viewership is in the toilet.
Down 20, down 5%.
Obviously,
obviously the total is gonna drop. Obviously, there's no way. I mean, they can't split. Yeah, it's still gonna get split up. I can see them doing like 700 that week. 6-7.
NXT has been in a very comfortable range with the 600,000 sort of people. So we'll see what happens.
It might be closer to people than we think,
Closer that
Hey,
people who
what's
care.
cool though? we could probably record earlier that week though. That'll be nice.
Absolutely, we'll record a day early.
I'm not watching both shows that night. You're bugging.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna watch a Dynamite recap, or I'm gonna read a recap and then keep it pushing.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Shit, I ain't got two monitors, and I ain't about to pop one out. But yeah, should be cool. Next, we got Gargano returning, and he's on the main roster. I know this is outside of AEW talk.
Man, look, I don't care. First of all, A show we talk about all our topics all the time every week anyway, so that's fine. we can talk about Gargano.
Their biggest segment is AEW related.
That's our guy.
But Johnny Gargano returns.
Were you watching? Were you watching live when it happened?
Yeah. I feel like everybody that was on their phone.
I was on my phone. I heard the song.
These commercials suck.
I heard the song and I was like, it took me a second though. I was sitting there like, wait a minute, that's Johnny Gargano, and then the music hit. I was like, oh shit! Like I was like straight up laying down on my couch like this. I got up. I was like, is that Johnny Gargano?
I was extremely tired on Monday, so when I heard it, I was, huh? And that was probably Raw was probably a great show, but that probably like captured my attention more than anything. And then I kind of just tapped out for the rest.
It woke you right up.
Absolutely.
Going into that third hour, you don't expect our brains are so wired to not even with the third hour, nothing really happens. We'll have the main event with Edge and Damian Priest, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't even like it was like 10-10. You know what I mean? Just mad random. And then, man, it was a really cool.
Okay. Great. You don't really expect much to happen in the third hour of Raw, but it was very nice to see Johnny Gargano. Just say that I'm back. I'm here. And. It's great. At first I was just like, wait, why Toronto? And then they were like fucking ripping the flesh off their face for Johnny Gargano, screaming at the top of the lungs. And I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, it was obviously, I believe they were in Cleveland 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So I think a lot of people assumed it was that. I thought it was also kind of funny that now people couldn't speculate Gargano was going to go to AEW because they were also in Cleveland tonight. So I'm sure, I don't know if that was on purpose. It could have been. It might have been a petty move by Triple H. Who knows? But I mean, the way Gargano explained, he said this is the biggest win he's had in an arena in Toronto. Obviously referring to when him and Ciampa won the tag belts from, it was FTR, right? In Toronto.
Yeah,
FTR. So yeah, man, just a cool promo. Let him be himself. It felt a lot like the promo that he did when he left NXT before Grayson Waller got him the fuck out of here. Yeah, man, it was just a really cool segment. It was cool, a cool surprise. Nothing leaked. It didn't even seem like, generally, people like Meltzer or Sean Ross Sapp had the general idea they even hint at something happening. I don't think there was even a hint. So it was like a super duper surprise for everybody, which, is cool. It rarely happens in WWE these days. In fact, I feel like everything kind of leaks there at some point, albeit, days or an hour before the show starts. We usually know what's going to happen on the show. Just for that all to happen, it was pretty cool. And it seems like from the reports I've read that a lot of different measures, like they didn't put it on the rundown. Nobody knew until literally like 10 minutes before he went out there. So, man, just a really good moment, really cool moment. One of the cooler moments of the year. I would put it up there with maybe it's not I don't know if it's more surprising than Cody's return, because I think we all knew Cody was going to be there, but I think Cody's return was a cooler moment. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, what the fuck?
A cooler moment than Cody? I don't know, but it was a cool moment though.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
It was nice. It was really cool. And then the Theory thing happened. I'm glad that they're not really trying to reunite that, just because it happened on NXT. So I'm glad they kind of just got that out of the way. Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm sure that'll be the first program. They might do that at Clash. You think Gargano works Clash?
Yeah. No. Actually, I don't know. I don't care.
You don't care?
Like, what is it? What I'm confused about is everybody saying that, like, oh, this person is going to take the briefcase off Theory. This person is going to take the briefcase off Theory. And I'm just like, well, like, what is since when this was a thing?
For some reason, people have this idea that, like, because Austin Theory was a Vince guy, that means Triple H was like against Austin Theory. Like, he signed this guy. Like, this is one of his guys too. Like, I don't understand.
Like, you didn't see how much burn he got on NXT. Like,
yeah, I don't understand this whole thing of like somehow Triple H is gonna get Theory out of here. Like, Theory's, as much as we don't want to admit it or whatever, people online, like, Theory's over. People like care about Theory. You know what I mean? He gets booed. It's not like he comes out the crickets. And honestly, say what you want, I don't think he's a bad wrestler. He's a fine wrestler. So, you know what I mean? So, look, man, I don't think that briefcase is I don't think it's leaving his hands. He might cash it and lose, but I don't think he's going to lose that briefcase. You know what I mean? I don't see the point.
Well, that's cool for Johnny Gargano. And then in much sadder news, but I laughed when I heard it. Ruby Soho said she peaked in AEW when she had that live performance at the pay-per-view, and then there's rumors of her of a retirement approaching soon.
Hey, man. I guess. I mean, that might have been the last time we've seen her.
You are packing the air, this gas what?
Oh my God.
He'll still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up.
Anything else you would like to add?
Hey, man, I shout out to Ruby Riott, man.
Oh no, that's a slave name now.
Oh, what's her name? Ruby Soho. My fault, Ruby. Yeah, I don't know. She had that pay-per-view match, and then ever since then, she's just been on dark, kind of chilling. She had not really been a factor on the show in a long time. She didn't get into this damn fatal 4-way match at the pay-per-view. They gave it to Hikaru Shida, who we ain't seen in probably even in about 9 months on TV. So that's, I mean, that goes to show what's going on with Ruby Soho and that company. But hey, she's getting a paycheck. What can I say?
A check stealer, something I can't appreciate.
What? Man, I'm all in it. Steal them checks. Don't bother me.
But yeah, that is it for In the Trenches. Long one, but let's get into AEW. There ain't much on this show, so I think we can get it out of the way.
Yeah. There wasn't, but there was, because we talked about it a lot of it already. So.
He feels it. Moxley's got Punk hooked up again. Oh man, Punk is limp. The high angle. He's limp. Whoa. Oh.
It's over. It's over. My God, it's over. Moxley dominates Punk.
What the hell just happened?
Moxley dominated.
And undisputed
undisputed All Elite Wrestling World Champion, John Moxley.
Guys, I gotta ask, did Punk come back too soon? I mean, what just happened there?
Okay, AEW. Let's get the last out of the way. Thunder Rosa has a major they say that Tony Schiavone got an announcement for us, and then we cut to Tony Schiavone backstage with Thunder Rosa, and she's choked up. She got the mascara in her eye, a little red eye, and she's crying, a little wobbly voice telling us that she is injured.
You don't believe it? Are you implying that Thunder Rosa may have lost her smile? Is that what you're saying?
I am implying that this nigga ain't real, man. Tony Khan made his choice for damn show. She is out and she will not be competing at All Out to Tony. And so the match will be what I think is going to be a far better match. Excuse me. We're going to get a fatal four-way at All Out. Britt Baker, Tony, Hikaru Shida, and Jamie Hayter. I think this match is going to be a far better match than Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm.
Yeah. This whole thing, it was really bizarre, kind of came out of nowhere. Okay, this is how I see it. This is a lose-lose. If this is Thunder Rosa didn't want a job to Britt Baker or didn't want a job to Tony, then then that's just like, it kind of just backs up what people have been saying about the backstage women's division, how it's a kind of a mess and a lot of infighting going on. And then if it's a true injury and this is a shoot, the last time Thunder Rosa worked was on Dark. So why did you have her on Dark in the first place as your women's champion? So she gets injured in a pointless match on YouTube that probably 20,000 people are going to see. What did you gain from that? You know what I mean? So
she does it for the AEW faithful, and you haven't been.
I haven't been the faithful. I've not watched Dark in a long time. It's just none of this. It's just everything. I don't know. It seems really sketchy. The timing of all this happening, right after the meeting, and all this shit going on. It just seems kind of interesting. As far as, and then Britt Baker just straight up burying her right after that. Literally the next segment is saying like, "Yo, I was here injured working the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you do it?" First of all, if I was Thunder Rosa at this point,
because then it's just like, what? Then you just like, what you injured with, bitch?
Yeah, there's no disclosure on the injury. You don't know what happened, so just like. It's a mess, man. I don't know how people are reading between the lines for this one. I felt like people didn't see, like, come on, y'all don't think this seems kind of sketchy? Like nothing? We're just gonna take their word for it after everything that's happened this week? All right. You say so. Maybe we just pay attention too hard to the show because we have to analyze this, but like
shit. Probably. I thought the show was for the smart fans, man. So
what's crazy?
Analyze and shit like
I was talking to my friend about this. I would probably enjoy AEW so much more if I didn't have to analyze it every single week and like really pick at shit like this shit don't make sense. I think I would appreciate the show a little bit more if I didn't have to analyze the show.
If you turned your brain off?
Yeah, if I just turned my brain off and just watched it.
Like a Marvel movie,
what is Marvel?
This show is too bad for me to turn a blind eye to a lot of this shit. Even when I wasn't reviewing AEW, like, I said it before, this show is poorly formatted and poorly produced. I can't ignore that just because I don't analyze this. I don't do this pod every week. And like, it's not even because we do this pod every week. There's other shit to compare it to.
Yeah. But when I do that,
that's
people
where
are
I'm
like,
at.
"Well, you guys want everything to be like WWE." I'm like, "Nah." It's like sometimes WWE just does like basic storytelling. I just want basic storytelling told. That's all. Just like the bare minimum. This show, man. What else happened?
Mm, uh, next, I missed this part of the show. Garcia, Jericho, Danielson promo. The hell is this about?
All right. Well, surprisingly, they opened the show with this promo, which is a nice change of pace. This was a very I liked what happened, but also I thought there was a corny, like parts of it were corny. Basically, Jericho comes out, he called up Daniel Garcia, said, Daniel Garcia, I would like you to apologize to me. And then Garcia's like, no, Bryan Daniels is my hero. You ruined that moment for me. And then Jericho was like, well, you know what? Call yourself a sports entertainer, damn it. And then, he was completely like, no, I don't want to call myself that. I'm a wrestler. And then Bryan Danielson came out.
This sounds terrible.
And then Bryan Danielson comes out, and then now Daniel Garcia looks like like a kid who has to choose between his divorced parents. And then like he goes to go walk away, and then Jericho like grabs him by the arm, and then like Daniel Garcia pushes him and then walks off, and then Jericho challenges Bryan to a match.
No more.
Let
Please,
me finish.
no more.
Hold on. Jericho challenges Bryan to a match at All Out, and now we're gonna have the match at All Out.
I'm glad I didn't see this.
It wasn't bad. It really wasn't that bad.
That sounded.
It was one of the better parts
awful.
of the show, honestly, in my opinion.
Say you're a sports entertainer. Like that whole sports entertainer pro wrestling.
That's just lame. It's lame.
I think it's so lame. Fucking lame.
I think it's lame too.
It's so lame.
And it don't even hit the same no more because Vince not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it don't even hit the same.
Your entire stick went down the goddamn toilet soon as Drew McIntyre said we are wrestlers, goddamn it, last week.
Yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't hit the same no more.
Your gimmick is now in the goddamn sewers floating to the top. Like, dog, this shit is so fucking corny. And then I'm not looking forward to Jericho and Danielson. Absolutely not.
Yeah, you already know how I feel. I keep saying I'm not looking forward to a Jericho match, and then he delivers. So I can't even.
Hey, if Jericho ain't coming out as a Lionheart, then I ain't trying to see that bitch.
That's what he said in the promo. He said I'm Lionheart. He said I'm Lionheart. So we're getting Lionheart again.
At All Out, if we get Lionheart, then that's all cool.
He said we getting Lionheart. It said it in the graphics of the marquee. So it's Lionheart, Chris Jericho. He 1 for 1 on Lionheart. So let's I'm gonna have optimism. That might be one of the better matches on the card for All Out, because the All Out card
it's pretty shitty. Wait, just one more thing that I wanted to circle back on the Fatal 4-Way. Is this going to be a new women's champion, or is this going to be another interim?
Interim.
Next, okay, so
you think they would have learned their lesson?
Yeah. Next, we got the unification match: Jon Moxley versus CM Punk.
We briefly touched on it. It just this is a very result. I knew what it was when the match said they were starting at 9:00. I said, okay, something's up. Either they're not going in an hour. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're not going in an hour. I know we have another match scheduled for later on. So what's this about to be about? Are we gonna get a schmoz finish? Are we gonna get is MJF gonna come out? Is Hangman gonna come out? Something gonna happen? Is the match gonna get called off? Is CM Punk beat up backstage in the parking lot? What could possibly happen? We got a squash. We got a 2-minute squash.
And I saw 3 minutes, but I see a lot of people going, you know what? I thought that was perfectly fine. Title matches don't need to be 25 minutes, man, with a whole bunch of cookouts. This match being 3 minutes is absolutely perfect. Are you fucking dumb? If Punk was completely healthy, you think this shit is going 3 minutes?
Yeah, this is my thing. I'm more mad about the fact that they booked the match if they knew Punk was hurt. Why even do it? It almost feels a little bait and switchy. It's not
Well,
really.
they
'cause
have
the match
they have
happened.
to reap what they sow with the fucking interim shit. They knew Punk wasn't coming back. They knew he wasn't ready to go. They should have relinquished that shit a long time ago.
They should have relinquished it. And, it's just like, out of all that, we still have zero build for All Out. So whatever match they do announce on next week, it's not gonna it doesn't matter. Even if it is MJF at this point, even if it is if it's MJF at this point, there's not enough time to build it. I'm not really gonna care that much. It'll be cool when MJF comes out, but that's it.
MJF versus Moxley is not what we want. Also, we're just gonna get more Moxley one-off matches after this. Like,
no, I would hope they'd have a story for him.
They're probably gonna stop
now that he's officially champion. I would hope so.
But like, you got to be absolutely fucking shitting me thinking that like this is okay. This is ridiculous. They should have just relinquished it. Now, we went through the whole shitty first interim reign of Moxley, and now whatever, he's a 2-time AEW champion. And then it's just like, now we're just gonna get the shitty Moxley matches, just pat it out for a few weeks. Like,
I'd rather have if we're gonna get shitty Moxley matches, at least we have shitty Moxley matches with a story involved. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? Look, I understand what it is.
I don't know if that's much better.
Moxley's not for everybody. Some people don't like that style. I'm one of the people who don't like that style. But at least have a story with it. I don't want just one-off matches. Though that does nothing for me. That's not going to keep me interested. I need.
And then guess what you about to get at All Out?
It's going to be a one-off match because they gave themselves no time to build for anything. So
imagine if they did this shit on the pay-per-view. I think that shit would be so fucking funny.
I'm like, yo, what if I'm trying to think of if WWE did some shit like this. I hate doing that, the what if or whataboutism. But could you imagine if they book Roman versus Brock on the SmackDown before WrestleMania, and then it was a squash, and then they had a week to figure out what to do? Could you imagine? I would consider All Out to be their WrestleMania, right? This their bigger one. This is their big one. Or would you say Double or Nothing?
This or All In?
All In only happened once. There's only been on one All In.
Oh yeah, because ROH owns the rights. Well, Tony Khan's on the rights. All Out should.
I feel like All Out's their Mania.
Definitely their two big shows.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you have your biggest match? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
It's stupid.
It just.
I don't know. Like doing this on the regular show because you didn't want to do this on the pay-per-view is a lose-lose regardless. Like you possibly could not win in this situation, but you could at least have hey man, you're not swindling anybody by having a squash match on a pay-per-view. Like,
I don't know. Also, you know what else about this whole situation? They should have had this close the show. Regardless, even if the match started at 9:50 and they had to kill time,
should have been fine.
I would have been fine with that.
I honestly
feel like everything had happened
okay with that.
Because everything that happened after that match, I felt like it didn't matter anymore. Like, that was like the big thing. Like, oh shit.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta be a champion.
Literally nothing mattered after that point in the show. Even like the main event, which we're going to talk about in quick hits. But hey, man, just this was stupid. This really was. It's just a joke. Clownery, clown shoes.
I'm not gonna go that route.
Stupid.
I'm gonna give it to next week to see what they do.
Motherfucker, I ain't letting no shit play out because they already, motherfucker, what played out is CM Punk being a punk and then wheeling, getting wheeled off to the, having to have help get to the back. Nigga was talking mad spicy and then his goddamn ankle falling off the bone. Nigga pussy, bro. Honestly, they should have, they should have like a little vignette or a little video where they examining Punk's, ankle and all that shit. And they have Hangman in the page in the background just watching. Not smirking, not laughing, just watching. and just being, and he just nods his head and walks off. Because I honestly don't understand what was the purpose of this and how this is going to quote unquote play out. Because literally, what are the possibilities here?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm very interested to see what they do as far as World Championship at All Out. That's what I'm waiting for. I just want to see what are they possibly gonna do.
They want to spit in the face of everybody that has said, "Hey, yo, watch Bianca gonna get her lick back." She's gonna go on this crazy babyface run, and then run it all back, right? Punk gonna get his babyface run when he come back.
Punk? Is he gonna come back
again? Like he but he gonna get he gonna get his babyface run. His rise back to the top to face Moxley.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just confused. Everybody. By the time this comes out, we'll probably know. But right now, I know.
Well, this isn't smart booking here. And then later on, you have John Moxley coming out, just saying a whole bunch of nothing, honestly, and then just being like, "I won." And then honestly, he should have cut that. He should have cut that shit in the ring while Moxley was
getting carried out.
He was just like, "You want to talk all that shit last week? Guess what? I'm number 2. I'm number 1 now, nigga." Yeah.
He should say nigga too. He should. I would have given. I would have given the pass.
You feel me?
I would have given the pass. Go ahead.
Relax.
You can say nigga.
He should have been like, he should have told all that shit. I still felt like Moxley left so much on the table with his weak ass rebuttal last week, and then another sorry rebuttal this week. But it is what it is. Like, I don't see what's going to be played out here. Because how do you even see? Because everybody thinking that like the let it play out part is the spin back of MJF. How do you even squeeze that into the story?
Which still doesn't make sense to this day. But at this point, I'll take it. I don't even care if it doesn't even make sense anymore. That's the only match I can think of that people would somewhat care about for All Out. Just do MJF.
But like, how does that squeeze into like the Punk return, or like how is this a let it play out moment?
Fuck if I know.
Like, what is the next? Like, I'm just really confused on what's the next play.
You're saying what? You're saying what's next for Punk, but we don't even know the condition of Punk or what's going on with Punk. That's the price. There's too many variables of like what's going on.
Yeah, like what do you do with Punk on his return?
He could have come back face, I'd imagine. I don't think he can come back heel.
I don't think that shit.
I don't think you can get booed.
Punk coming back as a face, I don't think that shit gonna work.
Why not? You didn't want to say they cheer for everything.
And they was booing the fuck out of him tonight.
Were they? Well, but
yes,
but they were in Ohio though.
Where they put? What is that? What does that have to do with anything?
He's from Ohio. Moxley's from Ohio. He's from Cincinnati. I don't know how far that is from Cleveland, but I mean, same state. Close enough. I don't know. I think they're pretty far from each other.
Amen.
It's like 4 miles.
Good luck day. I don't give a shit about. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't give a shit about Ohio. But
that is a 4-hour drive. That's like from me. That's like from here to Philly for me.
Amen. Good luck to AEW, man. This was your quote unquote biggest match that y'all could have possibly put together. Fucking crazy. Quick hits. We got Death Triangle versus Aussie Open and Will Ospreay. A whole bunch of 30 minutes of niggas just doing moves. Look like a 2K lobby in there. And
I'm gonna put it this way. I expect that from the match. So I wasn't like they're not going into it thinking, oh man, they're gonna do something really, real storytelling, impressive shit. I knew what it was. It was gonna be a bunch of moves being done. And for what it was fine. But like I said, after the Moxley shit, it felt like it didn't really matter anymore. I was like, I don't care about this. Like, this match is cool. Pentagon and Phoenix been losing all year. Pentagon 3-10 on TV, so I knew they were gonna win the match. My problem with the match is like the way they ended it was with a Kip Sabian angle. You want us to care about Kip Sabian?
That is your guy. You was the only nigga paying attention to that shit.
You want us to care about Kip Sabian at 10:50 on the episode where you crown the undisputed champion? You want me to care about Kip Sabian versus Pac? Huh? I don't know. You know, I watched the match going into, hey, maybe they won't go to 30 minutes. Maybe the match will finish, and then an angle will happen, and so we'll know who Moxley wrestles at the end of the show, at All Out. You know, I think that would just make some sense. We'd have a challenger by the end of the show, and then nope, we get a Kip Sabian angle. So there you go. Well, I don't know. And I'm being harassed in Discord for reasons I don't even understand. I don't even know what's going on. That shit was happy now.
All that shit was for you. You know, you and other people.
I did not ask for Skip Sabian. I didn't ask for that.
You and you know what? You did ask for it because you were the only nigga paying attention to it.
All I said was that I see that nigga with a box on his head every week for the last 9 months. And I said nobody cares. I said, why is he still doing this? And then we finally get there and nobody cares. You should have just let that shit be. And then there's finally, they finally leveled up on this shit, and then the crowd don't give a shit, yo. Just get rid of the nigga, bro. We haven't seen Kip Sabian on TV in months. They have not acknowledged this guy or anything. Why would I care about him versus Pac? We don't see Pac defend that belt on TV, so it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, why I don't care about the belt. I don't care about what Pac's doing. I don't care about what's Kip Sabian. Definitely not what Kip Sabian doing. I wish I cared about what Pac is doing because I think he's great. But I mean,
nah, take that shit to Rev Pro. Take that shit to Rev Pro where nobody fucking cares. Next, we got Ricky Starks cutting. I felt like was a not great promo, honestly.
You didn't think so? It's very passionate, very Cody-esque.
Yeah, exactly. This ain't Ricky Starks.
He's been doing the real passionate promo lately. That's been his thing.
Yeah,
very Dolph Ziggler-esque.
Yeah, very Dolph Ziggler, and I hate when Dolph Ziggler does it. So, really whatever. And I like how he botched the New Jack City line. Did he even finish it? Did he even get to the stinger of that shit?
I never seen New Jack City. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a stat. I'm not movie guy. I know. I'm especially not like the Black Hood classics. I'm not movie guy.
Motherfuckers want to come at me for not getting dedication 2 off LimeWire, but this nigga never seen New Jack City.
That's different.
That's crazy.
You was there. You was there for dedication to you. I wasn't there for
nigga. You're 30. You could have been.
New Jack City came out in like what 91? When did shit come out?
Nigga, you could have been seen that shit. I was 1 year old.
Yeah, 91.
Age matter now?
I was crazy. 1 year old. The fuck? Dedication 2 different. That's different. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I felt like that promo was very whatever. Especially because it's a match between Starks and Hobbs. I need Team Taz niggas to get the fuck away from each other, bro.
No. They got unfinished bid. They have to have the match at least first.
Yeah, Hobbs turned on up.
That's where they're getting to. They got 2 weeks and a week and a half.
Oh, Jesus, I'm trying to get this shit out the fucking way, yeah. Billy Gunn has a singles match, and I think that is wrong on all fronts. I don't know which ass boy he faced, and I really do not care.
He wrestled Colton.
The fucking the bell rung, and then I saw Swerve run out, and I saw Keith Lee jog to the ring. That
was a brisk walk.
Yeah. And then it's going to be the Acclaim versus Keith Lee and Swerve at All Out. When I told you that this was going to happen, you were just like, this is what they do with the tag division, bro.
I mean, for some reason, FTR doesn't seem to want those championships. So I mean, I don't know. Guess the next best team is the Acclaimed, who have a rack of wins. So it's not like they don't deserve it. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of wins. I mean, I guess they're over. I'm not even gonna deny it. They're very over with the crowd.
I'm just glad it's not going to lead to a program. They're probably going to have like a small little rap battle at the beginning or like whatever their entrance is, and that's it. I'm glad this is not a
that's
full-fledged
Rampage next
program.
week. I guarantee that's Rampage next
Oh
week.
fuck,
They
you're
definitely have
probably
a rap
right.
battle on Rampage. They're doing a rap
Well, I
battle.
don't
on
watch Rampage,
Obviously.
so
I'm going to Rampage. I tell you.
sorry. I'm very sorry to hear that. Next, and then we got Dax versus Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal wins.
I put that in because I just thought it was a really good match. That was the match of the night, in my opinion. And once again, I just don't understand why FTR isn't on my TV screen every week. They're one of the most over acts that AEW has, and they're two of the best wrestlers in the company, and they actually know how to tell a story. So I would like to see them on my TV show more. That's all.
I think that that
and involved in
why
something.
they're not on the show.
And involved in something. After the match is over, Jay Lethal was like, "Hey, I mean, Sonjay Dutt was like, hey, I said there's a 6-man, but
it ain't gonna be me.
It ain't gonna be me.
The pinhead in it.
So
the fuck did they sign him for, bro?
I'm bringing in the Murder City Machine Guns. So it's going to be Jay Lethal and Motor City Machine Guns against Wardlow and FTR, which is a much better match than whatever the fuck they had before. My question is, so are Motor City Machine Guns going to be heels? Because Jay Lethal is clearly a heel. He cheated to win the match. I don't think Motor City Machine Guns are going to be heels in that match. They're going to get cheered because they're legends in wrestling, and ahead of the time, some of the greatest to ever do it.
Stupid booking. Very, very dumb. But it makes the match a lot better. So
much better. Oh my god, way more.
And then also, whatever. I don't care. I like. It's not like they're gonna tell much of a story anyway. It's a 6-man tag. So, and then they're gonna what is it? I also think that Aussie Open versus the Bucks or whatever not being the finals at all out is kind of crazy.
What do you mean it's not the finals? Are they
wrestling each other next week? Rampage? Yeah.
Oh. Are they on the same side of the bracket?
On the bracket it says AEW Dynamite.
Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't know that.
And then I think that's incredibly dumb. But that is it for AEW. Let's get into NXT 2.0.
You didn't think I was going to live without you, did you? La familia stays together. So you ready to go? Vámonos. ¡A huevo! Get in.
Okay, NXT 2.0. Pretty decent show.
We should call it NXT UK 2.0 because that's what it felt like to me. A
Sure,
lot of heavy emphasis on UK workers this week for obvious reasons. Need to introduce them to a new crowd. Because Lord knows only 500 people watch NXT UK, so people don't know who Charlie Dempsey is or what's Shorty's name? Blair Davenport.
As Worlds Collide is coming together, we're getting a lot of UK talent and a lot of the UK talent that we saw last week. So let's start. We got the Dyad versus Elgato del Fantasma. I don't care about the Dyad, yo. And I don't care about whatever the hell schism got going on with Cameron Grimes. It felt like it's been weeks since they even updated or expanded that story. So I am all the way tapped the fuck out.
This is their first match this year, which is actually surprising. When I was doing the spreadsheet, I was like, oh, I haven't even put them on my spreadsheet yet.
Did you count their
when they were the Dyad
matches?
I forget. Yeah, that's right. They did have a couple of those matches. You're right. I take that back. I fixed my spreadsheet.
This is their their third match, and I think this might be their second match as their new personas.
No, they have. This is their first match.
This
is their first match. They haven't had one. Yeah. The match was what it was. As for Legado, seems like hey, the segment that happened after that, it makes the first match the match from last week kind of obsolete because the whole point was he goes but they stay and they still work for Tony D'Angelo, and then Santos is pulled up like, nah, you come with me, guys. So what was the point of the match? I thought that was pretty stupid, but it is what it is. I think they probably they were like, oh, we might as well just send all of them up. I think Santos is special, but I think he's better off with his gang with him, in my opinion. So yeah, that's fine. I didn't think it's silly. I wish they gave a better reasoning for why they were leaving too. You know what I mean? Because it kind of defeats the purpose of the original match.
I mean, shit. I don't give a fuck if they're not honoring Tony D'Angelo's deal. Fuck them. Let's go. Elgato del Fantasma to the main roster, man. I'm curious where they're gonna end up on. Next, we got Tyler Bate defeating Von Wagner, which I felt was a really good match. I'm not even gonna lie. Von Wagner is coming together.
I'm so happy you're finally coming around on Von Wagner. I have been Team King Von since his NXT UK excursion.
Hold on. I have always said that Von Wagner, it was coming together. I literally said it at the top of the year.
Cut it out.
I literally said it on the top of the year that he's becoming more fluid in the ring. Don't fucking play with me, man. I give this man. I just said a lot of the shit that he was doing has been boring. Don't play with me. There is no turning around.
You wasn't on the bandwagon with me. You wasn't with me in the gym.
There is there is no bandwagon. I ain't on no bandwagon, but I can acknowledge that it's coming together for the kid. What is the bandwagon? What are you on the bandwagon for? What did you do that you have to be on the bandwagon for?
I saw the vision. You didn't see the vision. Yeah, you want to ride my wave, me and Von's wave. You know what I mean? That's me and him.
Crazy.
That's me and him.
When was this wagon even made, bro?
From when I saw him in NXT UK, I told you. I said, no, he got it. I see the vision.
Oh, brother. But yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. Tyler Bate beat the fuck out that boy, and it looked good. I thought it was cool. Any other thoughts since you're a big Wagner fan?
No, I'm on Discord. I got tagged on Discord. I'm just reading what's going on in Discord right now. I'm like, oh shit, a lot more shit happened than we thought. But no, Von Wagner, okay. Tyler Bate. This match was just to get the crowd acquainted with Tyler Bate. People who had never seen him before or haven't seen him in a long time. He looked good out there. He always looked good. So yeah, we're gonna get that unification. Oh, we didn't even get into the unification match. I got announced earlier at the beginning of the show with Braun Breaker and Tyler Bate, which should be very interesting. Which kind of very much settles the debate if what's going on with NXT UK. It seems like they're going to consolidate all the belts, so we'll see what happens from there. Personally, I don't see Tyler Bate winning that, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then we get Blair Davenport versus Indy Hartwell.
All right,
boy, this match is stinky winky, boy.
All right, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change, as Kevin Owens would say. Indy. I'm sorry. She's not good. I'm not going to be around the bush anymore. I know we're saying, this or that. She lost her people. She hasn't improved. She's just not good. She does nothing impressive. I know her name's impressive, Indy Hartwell. She had not impressed me in a long time. Probably since that damn tag match where she did the elbow drop through the table. Might be the last impressive thing she's ever done. This match was, just a match to get. I keep wanting to call her Bia because that's her actual name. What the hell is her name? Blair Davenport over. And yeah, Blair Davenport wins the match.
This is not the match that you want to put together to get her over.
After the match, Mandy Rose comes out and she's like, yo, I'm the champ. I know you want this belt, but whatever. And then surprise of everybody, Meiko Satomura's music's hit. It's another situation where I was on my phone and I heard music and I was like, what the hell is going on? Meiko Satomura comes out. She says, I want you, Mandy Rose. And then Blair's like, wait a minute, what about me? And then he's like, all right, you can get it too. Triple threat match. So now it's a triple threat match because the wrestlers in NXT can just make their own matches. And that match is so weird. Could you imagine 2 years ago seeing that match on seeing that graphic? Meiko Satomura versus Mandy Rose versus Blair Davenport, a triple threat match for the unified women's championship. Insane. So that match is gonna happen. Should be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know the result. I'm assuming Meiko is not gonna win. I don't think Meiko is staying in the States this whole time. And it should probably be Blair, I guess. I think Mandy's due for the call up. I know we don't want to speculate, but I think Mandy's due for the call up. And then after that, Indy Hartwell reunites with Dexter Loomis. Then he gets arrested. So that was the whole women's segment for at least that part of the women's segment. And it was a lot of stuff happened.
The unification match between the unification triple threat is most likely going to be Blair, which shit, good fucking luck, man.
You're not a Blair fan?
Absolutely not.
Really? Okay. Well, it's too bad.
I think she is yet to impress me. She has not. I've known of Blair Davenport as B Priestley, obviously, since like 2015 when her and Tegan Knox used to have matches, and I've never been a fan. So
I'm not allowed to talk about the other girl, but no, I don't have a problem with,
what's crazy?
Blair Davenport. What's up?
The first time I've ever seen a Canadian Destroyer was in a match between Tegan Knox and Blair Davenport, and Tegan Knox fucked up the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh no! How you fuck up with that? That's the easiest. Everybody can do that move. I saw what's my man, the old nigga's name? I saw
Ricky Morton.
Yeah, Ricky Morton do that shit.
Yeah.
You never seen Petey Williams wrestle before?
I was not. Come on, man. I wasn't watching TNA.
But
man.
have you seen any Petey Williams matches at all?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I've seen TNA shows that he was a part of.
I think I remember when I first saw the Canadian Destroyer, which I'm the biggest hater of it now. But when I saw Petey do it for the first time, like 2004 on Team Canada, I was like, "Yo, what the? That shit blew my mind. I ain't never seen no shit like that before."
I was never really a big fan of the move.
But you gotta understand. This is like
when it was a finisher. I'm sure it was like
people weren't doing that move in 2004. Like I'd never seen any. This is like pre-flippy shit era. You know what I mean? Only like luchadors were doing flippy shit like that. Like Petey doing that, I was that shit blew my fucking mind when I seen that. I was like, yo, that is crazy. But
Go to we already talked about the unification matches that are going to be coming from the championships. I'm thinking that they're probably going to do it with the tag titles as well, but we're going to talk about that in quick hits. Next, we get this lights out match between Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton. And braids aside, Tiffany Stratton fired.
Braids aside. I really enjoyed this match. It was a fun match. It was just fun. I think I will always pop for the Lego spot. I think it looks cooler than thumbtacks, and I know it hurts more than thumbtacks. I know they kind of fucked it up the first time because they tried to do the power slam, but like Tiffany was a little too far away. But they called an audible and did just a regular old body slam on the Lego for the same effect, so that was fine. The little bed table. It was a cute little spot. It was a fun match. I hope this is the end of their feud. I think they can both kind of go separate paths. I need Tiffany Stratton to win a fucking feud. She hasn't won shit. She's lost all her feuds.
I mean, what do you mean? She won the Saray joint?
Yeah, but Saray's like a jobber.
Oh, okay, yeah. She don't win at all, but she won here. Come on, man. That don't count.
Saray don't win shit. That don't count.
Whatever.
But cut the braids out. Don't do that shit again.
What's wrong with
just for your own sake? I'm trying to save you.
What's wrong with the braids, man?
Hey, look, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say out of black women business, but I know they don't like when other people do the braid. Oh, you know what makes it worse though? It wasn't just the braids. It's the fact that she had like the extra super dark tan with the braids. It didn't look.
I was just like, girl, when the nah, be fucking for real. When the fuck you got this dark, yeah?
Yeah, because I swear on everything, Cyrus. I looking at my phone. I looked for half a second. I said, "Who is this black woman?" I was like, "Oh, that's Tiffany Stratton." I swear to God, that's like exactly how it went. I was like, "Who is this black woman?" Oh, that's Tiffany Stratton. What the hell she do to her fucking? She is. You ever see next time you watch WrestleMania 18, you watch Rock versus Hogan. I want you to notice that Hogan's darker than The Rock. That's what kind of tan Tiffany Stratton had. She had the Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 tan. That shit was crazy. Don't do that no more. It didn't.
Tanning is not an anomaly in wrestling, but the braids was crazy. But I thought this match was fucking fire, yeah.
Yes. the match was good. I enjoyed the match. Even it was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match a lot. I loved all the spots. I love Wendy Chu winning this. I don't know where this could lead for her, but hopefully to bigger and better things. I thought that was absolutely fantastic match, man. Excuse me. But yeah, I thought the match was really, really good. Excuse me. Quick hits. We got the Rednecks versus Gallus, and then the Creeds get involved, and I believe Pretty Deadly also gets involved. I'm sorry, it was a kind of a chaos out there.
Yeah, Pretty Deadly. So I think they're gonna do a 4-way ladder match for the belts.
That's crazy. You're just gonna take my theory. I shouldn't have wrote it down on the docket.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought when I saw it. I didn't even read the docket. That's what I assumed it was.
No, nigga.
I didn't even read it. I didn't even. I said that the day it happened. I said they're doing a ladder match, the 4-way ladder.
But yeah, they definitely should be definitely going to be unifying those. So that ladder match should be interesting.
That'd be fun. It's a lot of big guys. No real like high flyers in that crew though. You know what I mean? And nobody who I think Julius Creed might do something crazy. He like a nigga that might jump off of something high. But I can't see Gallus. I can't see Pretty Deadly doing any crazy.
Honestly,
spots.
I would prefer an elimination match. I don't really give a fuck about the. I don't care for another ladder match. I'm not gonna lie to you.
When's the last time we had a ladder match?
I don't know, but I don't want to see another one.
You're bugging. I'll take a 4-way ladder match. Absolutely. My kind of match.
Next, we got Charlie Dempsey. He's with Chase U. Doing a little teaching.
I don't think he's with them. I think he just brought him a little guest teacher. You know what I mean? A little
and I'm just
guest
like,
seminar.
This nigga Matt Young, what the fuck is he teaching? Yeah,
that's Rico's kid. Come on, you know what it is. It's in his veins. It's in his veins. He's built for this. He is the teacher. He said, "Go watch some fucking Buddy Rogers match or whatever the fuck." He's Buddy. Who did he say? He said, "Watch somebody. Somebody I don't even know who the hell they were." Real nerd shit.
Yes. Excuse me. I think it's all good and fine. Sorry, I'm trying to read a lot of the stuff that is going on.
I gave up. I'm just wait, but
we got Cameron Grimes going against a newcomer named Javier Bernal.
He worked he works Level Up a lot. He did have a match on NXT before because I have him on my spreadsheet already, so I know he's had a match. I think it might have been a squash though. He's also dating Tatum Paxley, which I saw on Instagram. Very upsetting. But yeah, that's what I know about him. Cameron Grimes,
big body Javi.
Cameron Grimes is still being watched by Joe Gacy and friends, so we're gonna see where that goes. But yeah, Cameron Grimes is back, get a decisive win over this newcomer. Newcomer gets punked out by security man. I don't know, Seth Rogen, alternate version Seth Rogen. Who the hell is this guy? Who's security guy? Is he a wrestler?
I have no idea.
Okay, because he was very disrespectful to ladies.
Yeah,
he like that. He was talking to that girl kind of crazy. He was talking kind of crazy.
He was talking to that woman man crazy. I saw that shit. I was just like, who the fuck is this nigga talking to, bro?
That black queen like that. She looked good too. Did we ever figure out who that was?
You're not tapped in.
I wasn't tapped in. I wasn't even tapped in. She did look good.
And then we got a segment between Grayson and Apollo Crews, and I don't know where the fuck Apollo is gonna get NXT gold from, but good luck, nigga.
He might. I mean, maybe he beats Mello.
Shit. Hopefully, we'll see what happens there. Shit, was Mello and Trick on the show? I don't recall seeing him.
I don't believe they were on the show. If they were, they didn't do anything important, so that's fine. They ain't doing much anyway.
And then something funny that Justin pointed out was Katana and Kaden with Wesley. They had a segment, and they're just like, "Anybody want the smoke? Come and get it."
And then nobody showed up.
Crickets.
Nobody
I
showed
was
up.
just like, oh,
What are they
ain't
doing?
no way, bro.
What are they doing Wesley, by the way? They had the thing with Sanga, then they kind of stopped. They had the thing with Trick, and Trick wasn't even on the show. I'm not really sure, but they had Wesley on the show, which I'm confused about. Did they kind of just scrap the whole fucking thing? I'm very confused.
We'll see what happens next week. I don't think it's going to be scrapped because they just wasn't there 1 week. But also, I'm just like, yeah, what are you going to be doing with this guy?
They should have thrown him on a team with Axiom and call it a day. Should put him in a mask too already.
Oh, not with that nigga. Probably with Nathan Frazier or something.
What's wrong with that kid? I like a kid.
He a nerd. You heard me.
Literally, he's literally a nerd.
You heard my nigga Duke, man.
Shout out to
Duke.
Duke.
A nerd, bro.
Hey, Duke had a week too, man.
He wasn't. What is it? Axiom wasn't on the show either. Like, the fuck they doing with the kid?
How would you feel if your partner went on TMZ and was like, "Yo, this nigga Cyrus got, you know what I mean, pipe game week." How would you feel? Go. In a drunken ring. That's not funny. It's not funny because domestic violence isn't funny, but this is kind of fun. Fuck Jake Atlas, man. You can't, man. What are you doing?
Absolutely
crazy right
and
now.
I'm absolutely hitting. I still beat multiple times.
multiple times. Oh man, Jake Atlas is looking crazy out there, man.
Shit's crazy, but you was waiting for me to get better. That's nuts. And then, from what we know about the situation, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there. That is it for the show that we have this week. You can follow us or subscribe to us on Patreon, patreon.com/the A Show RNC. We have a nice and amazing charity going on.
We hit 10K, baby. The kids are going.
And then shout outs to what is it? Shout outs to Cody Reynolds. Some guy you might have know. It's Cody.
Is he friend of the show now?
He ain't been on this show.
Oh, but we talked a lot of shit. We've talked a lot of shit about Cody.
Hashtag no friend of mine. But that is all good and fun. What else we got? We got a YouTube channel where you can revisit all of the great A Show moments. And soon, or in the future, all of our Great War Report moments. We'll probably put our grading segments up there for folks to enjoy. Is this Worlds Collide technically a takeover?
Yeah, but I want to wait for the 1 year anniversary, which is I think is the week after that. But the 1 year anniversary of NXT 2.0 was I believe it's September 15th. So I think
okay.
I'd rather just wait till then to do it.
All right, no problem.
All right, Stevie, man, let's get it going.
I don't know why I'm sleepy. I literally took a nap before watching Dynamite.
You're wore out from all the excitement.
For what? We have other content on our Patreon. Spot Collar should be coming soon. Death Before Dishonored 4. Just started watching the show. I haven't tapped in yet, but I'm hearing a lot of good things so far. The Briscoes wears very inspired gear. A lot of historical gear.
Had that Leonard Skinner playing too. You feel me? Give me back my bullets.
And then motherfuckers be like, why aren't these guys ever on TV? Fucking morons. You can follow Quan on Twitter. Give him some bars.
Please don't. I don't want nobody following me no more. I'm over Twitter. Enough is enough.
Yeah, follow Quan on Twitter. His Twitter is in the show notes, man. It's the comeback spot. You can follow me on Twitter at Cyrus on TWR, and you can keep up with all the stuff that is going on the A Show Network at the A Show RNC. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of developments that are happening as we are recording. So, your mic is muted, partner.
I was saying there's a lot of stuff's going on. I'm looking at the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can if you join our Patreon. What tier is it?
$20 tier. You can
$20 tier,
tap
one time
in.
payment, bro. Is I would say it's worth it. We get a lot of hashtag
A lot of funny
scoops,
jokes off, man.
a lot of jokes, a lot of banter, just fun times all around.
Man.
I would say today
whole-
today was probably the most popping day on the Discord we've seen in a long time. This shit had not stopped moving all day.
Shit,
It's
since
been since this morning.
Oh yeah,
it's been nuts.
even non scoop related shit.
Everything was a
Motherfuckers
mess in
just-
this damn Discord today.
Yeah, just bad take central. So if you want to come in and just knock some heads off, please join. Bob the Builder, don't join. You're banned, homie. We don't want your 20. And then that is it. I'm looking at all the stuff in the Discord and I'm just like, well, we'll just talk about it next week. Peace out, everybody. See you guys next week.